And we are live. Welcome to Blast It or Stash It, episode 17. I'm the great legend. We have tonight with us, we got the Midwest Comic Man, aka Paul, is here. Paul, how are you doing tonight?
Pretty good, a little tired, but we're here.
Oh, heck yeah. Then we have Trinity's Comics. Jeremy, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay right now. Shout out to Robitussin. I woke up
the tussin.
I woke up a little sick this morning and felt like a Mack truck hit me, but I got some medicine flowing through me. I feel okay right now. I think I can make it.
Hey, man, that's good. We just glad you're here. We glad you're alive. And tonight we have a special treat for all of y'all in the Blasted or Stash It chat right now live. We have Rob Carter. What's up, Rob?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Awesome. Rob, since you're new on the show as our special guest tonight, why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
All right, well, I guess where I started, I'm basically a third-generation comic book collector, and I come from, I guess, a family of comic book collectors. I've been doing a lot of art recently, been trying to get into the game better than I was before. I played around and doodled for years and finally decided to go ahead and start pursuing the career of art. It's what I've really enjoyed and wanted to do, and I really aim towards comics, and that's where I'm at. I really enjoy comic books and comics in general, so I figure why not try and draw something.
I love the comic art, and Vince has, talked really highly of you, and he showed off some of your art, and it looks really good. And tonight, we got to see some of that art. Maybe a little later in the show, we got to see some of your art. But it's going to be awesome, getting to know you and seeing what you think about some of these books that came out this Wednesday. If you want to stash them or you want to blast them. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to go ahead and get into our movie quotes of the night. And we'll go ahead and start with you, Paul. What's your quote of the night?
My quote is, "True, I was their number one son, but they treated me like number two."
Let me go to the chat and see if anyone knows that one. Oh, man. Anybody know that in the chat? Of course, the chat does get a little delayed sometime. There's some good folks in there. Oh, man. I don't know. Can you tell me the quote again?
"True, I was their number one son, but they treated me like number two."
Son, number two. Damn. Let me check. I don't even.
Early 90s, I think.
Early 90s. I don't know. They don't know in the chat either. What is it, Paul?
That is the Penguin in Batman Returns.
Oh, man, that was a good one. Well, Paul Rubens was the daddy in that one, too. British Geek Guy, he was trying to get some, he was like, DC? All right. How about you, Jeremy? What's your quote for the night?
All right. My quote is, the first character says, "Why are you doing this?" The other character says, "Because I think you're a half measure. I think you're a man that can't finish the job. I think you're a coward. You know you're one bad day away from being me, right? You hit them and they get back up. I hit them, they stay down."
Damn. That does sound familiar. I think
Sounds like somebody who don't take any crap.
Yeah, someone that sounds like he's the damn vigilante. Hey, Rob, it sounds like a guy with a skull on his chest.
That's blatant.
Oh yeah, airborne sapper. He said Daredevil. That's right, Daredevil TV show.
Actually, the Punisher said it.
Okay, Buckshot got it then.
Yeah.
All right, that is great. All right, Rob, what's a quote you got for us tonight?
All right, well, my quote was one of my favorites growing up. From one of my favorite movies. And the first part is, Hey, Benny, you remember how I said I'm going to kill you last? I lied.
Oh,
Pulling out the classics.
oh, Paul knows
Classics
what it
right
is.
there. Everybody should know who that is.
I think I do know this movie. I'm gonna see if anyone in the chat knows. Airborne said on the last one he was naming the show LOL. All right, that one was a damn good one. Come on, British Geek Guy. He says he knows it.
He knows it.
I know it. I'm trying to hold it in.
It's classic.
Oh, it says it's on the tip of his tongue.
Well,
All right, we're gonna go to Paul. Paul, what is it?
That is the man, Arnold, and Commando.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's
Damn
right.
Good. Damn good. All right. Well, anyone on the panel tonight can get this one because people in the chat already know what it's going to be. But I want to know if Paul, Rob, and Jeremy knows what it is. Where we're going.
We don't need roads.
That's right. I didn't even have to finish it. I knew one of y'all were going to get it. Of course, that's old Doc Brown talking about Marty at the end of Back to the Future, the first movie. All right. Those are some damn good quotes, man.
Oh, yeah.
I need to go back and watch it. Damn good movie. Let me check the chat real quick and we'll dive into some books. RC3 Art. Am I missing it? Who is that? That sounds familiar.
That guy looks familiar.
That's great. Sorry. Yeah, RC3 Art, people. That is Rob Carter in the house with us tonight on Blasted Your Stash. And Rob, sorry I'm kind of late. I was finishing up one of my books, and my younger kid was on the computer playing Minecraft.
Nobody enjoys none of that.
I know. All right, we got Carl on Bass 181. He's in the house. Thank you for watching. British Geek Guy, who guest starred a couple of weeks ago, is here with us. Brandon from Aim High Comics is here. Cool Nerd RMG Geeked is here, and he's been really doing good, going up in the subs lately. Bailey Green. Bailey Green, it is so good to see you. Bailey says, huge fan of your channel. Carl on Bass. Aim High. No, I already said Aim High. Airborne Sapper comic fan. Yeah, all right. And Captain Dadpool, Buckshot 33, Chris. Chris, good to see you. Captain Dadpool in the house. See, a lot of folks watching that. Thank y'all so much. And thanks for all those thumbs up. And if you're someone in the chat that didn't give a thumbs up, hey, give us a thumbs up. Show some love. All right, let me look at some of these comics that came out. A lot of great comics this week. I had a chance to read some. I know a lot of us have read some. Rob, did you get to read some comics this week?
I only got to read a couple. Been really busy this week. The only one I really got to read most of and was Superwoman, which the comic itself was actually really nice. I really enjoyed it. I definitely went and blasted. I've actually been liking the series so far, although it's only been a couple issues.
Well, that's good, man. That's really good. So you would stash that bad boy.
Yep, I am going to stash it, and I got the Dodson variant because I like his art pretty good.
That does look good. I like her on that cover. Is that Alana Lang on the cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how they did that. I don't read that comic, but I kind of like the idea of having a Lois Lane and Lana Lane. Did you Lana Lane? My bad. Did you find out if this Lois was the new 52 Lois, or was it the Lois that's the Superman 90s wife?
I think it's the 52. I don't know if it's actually showed that yet. I've been trying to catch up. It's kind of I don't know. It's been an interesting read. I don't know what to say. I've enjoyed it, but they just recently introduced. There's a spoiler in here. I'm not going to tell the spoiler, but they kind of tell you who one of the kind of baddies is. So you have to read it to find out.
Yeah, that's cool. I was kind of figuring that with that character, and if she is sick, like it says in the book, that it would probably be the New 52 one, just because since the New 52 Superman died or whatever, saving the day or whatnot, that they'd go ahead and kill off New 52 Lois and then have, Superman 90s Lois just take her place. Crazy stuff like that. Let me ask y'all guys, I want to start with Jeremy on this one because this is one of his favorites, and I hope he got to read it. All-Star Batman #2, Jeremy. What did you think about that book?
I really dug it. It's Scott Snyder, so of course. John Romita Jr.'s art, I'm not really a fan of it, but I think he jumps off after 5, and somebody else comes on. I think it's Sean Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
But I really dig the story. I like how they tell a main story of him and Two-Face, and then they always at the end of it they're telling a story of Duke and how he's completing what Batman calls the wheel. Mm-hmm. It's the wheel to become a Robin or whatever, and there's certain things he has to go through, and they're telling something about Duke's parents that they hadn't really revealed too much about it, but it's really good so far. I love it. But
that's awesome.
But I think Scott Snyder gave you a shout out in the book.
Oh yeah, he did.
Because there's this panel to where they brought in KG Beast. It's spoiler alert, sorry, but they brought in KG Beast and Penguin and the Black Mask and Great White. They're talking to KG Beast, and he says Penguin tells him, he says something about the birds on the street say you're the great legend.
That's right. I read that part, and I was like, "That's me."
I thought, "Oh man,
you've been hiding out all this time."
That'd be cool if the guy took the little hood off at the time, and it just had a dude with a beard and the little beanie on.
If he takes that hood off and he's got a beanie and a goatee on it, I'm just shutting the book, putting it back, and I'm going to go about my day and be like, I must be on the cough syrup too hard.
Just shut the book, put it in Mylar, and get it CBCS.
There you go.
Because Great Legend don't want to get jizzed on with CJ. Hey, Paul, did you read All-Star Batman?
Yes, I sure did, and I agree. I mean, the story's great. The art's a little rough. But, I'm still getting that Running Man vibe off it, the book, not the crappy movie. And, kind of got that Midnight Run feel to it as well, and I'm digging that whole aspect of it. It's a fun ride so far.
Damn, yeah, man. Damn good book. So for you, Jeremy, would you blast it or stash it?
I'm gonna stash it.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever blasted a Batman book. How about you, Paul? Would you blast it or stash it?
Oh, I'm still stashing it.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, did you get to check out that Batman All-Star #2?
No, I didn't get to actually read it. I saw the covering. I kind of turned off, but I apparently do judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, that's
that part of trying to be an artist, I guess.
Yeah, it's
you need to find the jock covers. The jock covers are pretty hot.
I'll tell you, the jock cover is awesome, and the Declan Shalvey, I think's his name. Mm-hmm. I love his covers, but my shop, they didn't have them this week. They only had the variant John Romita Jr. and then the normal one.
Yeah,
but
and I kind of know what Rob's talking about. Like for me, I don't particularly like that Two-Face that Romita Jr.'s been doing. There's other Two-Faces by other artists I've liked better. But as far as like the story as a whole, I thought it was a great story. I've been kind of lacking. I haven't been reading the back issues about old Duke. I haven't really been reading those. I've just been kind of reading the first story and then, moving on to another deal because I just don't want to read about Duke right now. But it's a damn good story. And I love, I'm getting used to the 2 hours in the future, or 2 hours in the future and all that kind of stuff. And it's really well done. I mean, the way the storytelling is going in there. And I like how you see so many of the Batman villains in there that aren't necessarily like, the Joker, Riddlers, Catwoman, stuff like that. But you're getting a lot of those B and C list ones,
That's something that before they released All-Star 1, Scott Snyder was on Twitter, and he was building that up. He was saying that he really wanted to go deep cut with these villains.
Yeah, he wanted to bring out a lot that you didn't normally see.
Yeah.
Which which also brings me to you was talking about you don't like the way Two-Face looks in there.
Yeah.
I was listening to him on a podcast, the Bat Force or something like that. The podcast I was listening to, they was interviewing him, and he was saying when he first did the his first meetup with John Romita Jr. about doing this, that was what John Romita said. He didn't want to do the traditional Two-Face where he was in the white suit, half white suit, and the half, but he wanted to do it a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But he also teased what's to be coming up on the next arc that's not going to be about Two-Face. That it's going to be, he said he had this story, this is the way he built it up on there, that he had this story that starts out in the post-apocalyptic future, and Batman is young, and he's riding in this go-kart thing, this dune buggy with big monster tires, and he's riding down through there, and he's got the Joker's head in a jar on the dash, and the Joker's head's talking to him, like telling him, turn here, and he tells him, shut up. And he's like going down through there, and something comes out of nowhere and smashes his dune buggy, and he's like, "What the crap?" And the figure stands up out of whatever it is and takes the cloak off, and it's Wonder Woman. She's like old with a gray streak down in her hair, and she says, "Do you know what ended the Earth, Bruce?" And he says, "No." She says, "You did."
Oh,
so
I'm interested in that. I will keep reading that one digital, but whenever I might get that one. I don't know how many issues that thing plans on going, but I might get that bad boy in hardcover when it comes out. I mean, I don't mind JR's art. I'm used to it on some things. I mean, the Kick-Ass book him and Mark Miller did, damn good. I like that one, but it's kind of weird on a Batman. And I also thought he did one with Jim Lee called Superman Unchained. No, that was Jim Lee's artwork. My bad. But
that was Jim Lee and Scott Snyder. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen JR do a Superman book before. I don't remember which one it was, but it was kind of weird like that. I didn't like it as much, But
yeah, I mean, I could
gotta stash it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can put up with bad art a lot longer than I can put up with a bad story. If the story's bad, I don't care how gorgeous the art is. I'm not going to read it.
Right. Yeah.
That's the same with me. Like, I'm always kind of like that story first. Now, Rob, you being an artist, like, what gets you more, the story or the artwork?
I still really love artwork and everything like that, but I still enjoy a story. One of my favorite stories has always been the Batman Superman run, the first series with Jeff Loeb and some Michael Turner. I really enjoyed that whole section where he introduced Supergirl. I've got that on graphic novel, and I know, and Jeff Loeb, he writes some really good stuff, so I really enjoy reading his. But everybody has their own preference. I mostly go towards a better story than I do art. It's just when I look at covers, I tend to collect covers, and when I start collecting covers, I find myself falling behind on reading and spending all my money on a pretty cover before I find out, I'm broke.
that series, that Batman Superman, that first one, got all those like Michael Turners and just beautiful variant covers, really nice. That is a good series. I have a couple of the variants my buddy sent me, but I wish I would have got that like full run in singles,
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? We got another book here that was very interesting to say the least. Doom Patrol #1. Paul, what did you think about that book?
My mama always told me if I didn't have anything nice to say to keep my dirty little potty mouth shut.
Yeah.
Doom Patrol in the Silver Age was one of the coolest damn comics out there, and I don't know what the hell was going on with this thing. I think they had some 12-year-old crack addict writing it because I didn't know where it was going. It was just awful. Awful. I cannot blast this enough.
That might be why they gave you a cool sticker on the cover of it.
Oh, man. Yeah, so you're blasting that one. I tell you, that Doom Patrol, I've always heard of Doom Patrol. I've seen people in the YouTube comic book community showing the Doom Patrol off, talking a little bit about it, but I've never read it or anything. So I was going in there with an open mind. And yeah, the story, I mean, it started out pretty cool. You saw the girl, and she's a EMT person, and her buddy, or her coworker named Samson, doing what they do or whatnot. Two civic or civilian type folks that eventually will probably get into more of the story, I guess. I'll have to read issue 2. But, yeah, the story was everywhere. They were trying to introduce so many of the different characters, and it was just all weird and mind-boggling. And then it was like written like by someone that was on drugs or something. Damn.
And it was like you had 3 pages of normal, and then it just took a left turn.
Yeah, like
I think it was that guy from My Chemical Romance, wasn't it? That Gerard Way.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I totally forgot about that part where he was that his artwork or his writing?
I think he wrote it.
Okay. Well, he was probably enjoying some of the finer things in life or something.
Yeah,
There's this one part on there
He
where
did have a romance with some chemicals.
yeah, he did. There's this one part on there. It was like Samson was talking to like philosophically or whatever, and about his euro or whatever that he was eating, and then he threw it in the trash. But he was talking about what if all this cool stuff in this euro microscopically was its own universe or something like that.
Oh yeah, he did have a Chemical Romance then.
Yeah. I was like, damn. So I'm gonna blast that damn book, but I'm gonna read the second one. I'm gonna get because I'm sure a lot of folks out there were like, "What the hell? What's going on with this?" But I'm going to I'm gonna get into that second one, and then I'll decide if I want to waste my time reading that book. So I'm gonna blast it this month. But Jeremy, did you read that one?
No.
No.
I had a hard enough time getting all my books together.
Yeah.
My shop, if it wasn't on my pull list, I didn't get it. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how it goes sometimes. Rob, did you ever read the original Doom Patrol books?
I never read the original Doom Patrol books. I think I might have one in my collection somewhere. I was never really intrigued by the group. I picked up the comic at my comic shop and tried to glance at a few of the pages to see if it would be even worth reading, and I didn't like it. I was like, I'm not going to waste my money on this.
Yeah, the art was pretty interesting. It kind of looked like kind of animated. It looked like it would maybe start out being a good cartoon, like a DC animated movie or something, like good artwork, that style. But when
it had some cartoony style, but I didn't think the art was terrible, but it was. I couldn't seem to follow the story just after a couple of pages, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to put this back. I'm not going to get this.
Yeah, man. It was
You're not chemically altered enough.
Yeah, I guess if we would all do some good wacky tobacco before we looked at it, maybe it'd be really cool. Like Paul, you've read the original Doom Patrol stuff. Tell us about the Doom Patrol. What is their superpowers, or what do they do in the book?
Oh, and see, now you're putting me on the spot. It's been so long since I read the damn thing. I just remember I liked it.
Yeah.
It was I always confuse it with Metal Man, and that's what I'm thinking of right now. But I mean, it was good stuff. I mean, it was I think they had I think it was Doom Patrol that had basically a Professor X type character before Professor X. He was in the wheelchair and everything. They had some kind of aspects of Suicide Squad things going on with him.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty cool. Like, I know in the book they did have that wheelchair guy, and he had like a beard and stuff, and you got to see a little bit of his story, but it was so weird because, of course, being My Chemical Romance musician or whatever, you would see the bearded guy like playing some kind of damn piano, and then it would cut to him in present day where he was trying to get a hold of the 2 EMTs on a radio to help save the robot. Like, he foresaw the robot getting hit by a truck or a hit and run, and the robot, of course, probably reminded you of the Metal Man thing, But yeah, it was just all.
Yeah, I'm just so damn tired today. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's like you're reading that book. It's like, god damn, that guy just got his ass smacked by a truck. Well, yeah, that damn thing. I think if we'll have to read it again. We'll read issue 2. But yeah, That's a damn blast right there. But it is always good to look at books kind of in a different light. Like I said, I've never read Doom Patrol, so it's kind of interesting to read some things out of the box that I'm not accustomed to reading. But one thing that I'm always reading and waiting for every month is Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns, man. Damn good book. Damn good book. Now, Jeremy, I know your shop, man. Are you a Hal Jordan and Green Lantern Corps guy?
I am, but my shop, they like I said, I got 8 books this week. 5 of them were damaged, and then when I took them back in there, the guy told me that he had told they hired some kid to like bag and board the books, and he told the kid to tell people that some of the books come in damaged, but the kid didn't tell me. And I've been sick for like over a week, so I went in to get my books, and I didn't really pay attention to them. And when I got home, starting to read them yesterday, I noticed most of my books were damaged. 5 of the 8 was damaged, and I took them back in there, and some of them he had like good copies of, and like 2 of them he didn't, so I had to order them offline. And I left them out there with him, and then next week when I go get my pull list, he's just going to discount the 2 of them off of that.
Yeah,
like give me 2 free books next week.
Did you order from mycomicshop.com, right?
Yeah, I ordered the Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern Corps. I think I ordered an All-Star Batman. I'm not really sure, though. I know I ordered Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern Corps, and I ordered one that my shop didn't even know existed. Was that The Strain, Mr. Quinlan, or whatever, that miniseries they got going?
We're going to get to that one. Hell yeah. Hey, you know what? Next time, why don't you, when you order from mycomicshop.com, go to youtube.com/rdowdy95. There's this channel over there called The Great Legend Show. You can click on the link to buy comics directly from The Great Legend Show. And
oh, really?
Yeah, it's like an easy link to use. Get a little money back too. Pouring out the damn links on here.
If I'd have known that, now that I know that, I go do that. And when I go buy from them, I'll hook you up.
Yeah, and then anything you're looking for, we're discussing deals. All right, let's get back to the show. All right, Rob, tell me how you do you like Green Lantern, reading about Green Lantern books and stuff?
I do like Green Lantern as a character. I haven't caught up with many of the Green Lantern comics recently. Like I said, I just recently had I didn't have, my wife recently had our child back in December, so she's starting to get close to a year old, but all my money's gone. It's all gone. So I'm stuck buying like 1 or 2 books a week, and I have to be really picky and choosy about what I'm going to get. So did
y'all have a boy or girl?
We had a girl. She's 9 months now, so she's a handful. I love her to death, but she takes up all my time and all my money.
Yeah, life-altering events, that do that. But what'll be fun is when she gets a little older, you can get her into the comic books and get her into some of that cool artwork and stuff.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I definitely can't wait to share it with her, and we're talking about having another kid sometime soon. So whoever comes around after that, I'll make sure to share all that fun stuff with them too. For those wondering, those comics behind me, this row right here, let's see, right, you can't even see it. The one right behind me, that's my row. Everything else is my dad's. This is currently all my dad's comics. You guys can't see it, but more that way.
Yeah, you're gonna have to catch up to him, dude. Hey, Paul, man, what about you, Paul? Did you get a chance to read old Hal Jordan yet?
Did not get a chance to read that one yet. It's coming up soon on the list because I do like Green Lantern, but
yeah, man,
ran out of time.
Green Lantern, he did good. I won't tell too much, but oh man, great artwork. Just continuing to be a great story. The Lanterns are. You might remember a couple issues back, or maybe it was the last issue. John Stewart sent Guy Gardner out. Maybe that was actually in issue 2, I think. But he sent Guy Gardner out at the very end to go try to find Hal, and try to get everyone reunited. And issue 3, Hal Jordan was really whipping some Yellow Lantern ass, but finally they just surrounded him. And, when you got multiple yellow lanterns, and you got your, Green Lantern, and you're going to run out of juice in the ring. So this episode, or issue 4, you think like Sinestro on the cover, and he's finally caught him, Hal Jordan. But it's interesting. Sinestro actually captures Guy Gardner. So I won't tell any more after that. But the story is great. Guy Gardner, smart ass as ever. Sinestro's very pissed off because he didn't get the Green Lantern that he wanted. He wanted Al Jordan. He didn't want no damn Guy Gardner. And Guy Gardner pisses him off a little bit. So definitely just a damn stash. I mean, I'm not a big Guy Gardner fan, but because I just love Hal Jordan the best, and I like John Stewart second. But Guy Gardner's good to have around, just to piss people off. He's his own kind of man. He's his own lantern.
Does excel at that.
Yeah. Who's your favorite? Which one's your favorite lantern, Paul?
Oh, Hal, no question.
And I even think
And Alan Scott.
Alan Scott, yeah. Oh, Golden Age, awesome. Yeah, Golden Age, man. Love that. Love the Alan Scott. I didn't read a lot of the Alan Scott, but totally in the Golden Age, totally different concept, but kind of cool. Kind of like those Golden Age heroes like the Phantom, or like more pulp kind of heroes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Green Hornet, just greatness. But I got I'm stashing them. And I would have gotten into Green Lanterns, and I'm still thinking about getting into that series, like maybe getting that run on eBay. And I would have got the run if a certain comic noob would have just sold them to me. That's a story. That's just a story within itself, but it's kind of a funny story. But yeah. But the next book that I want to talk about. Well, let me check the comments real quick, just to give some love to. There he is, Contender. I'm so glad you're watching Contender. Contender's in the house. Contender's one of the most vocal on the Blasted or Stash It Facebook page. And I will have the link to the Blasted or Stash It Facebook page down below in the video description. I just forgot to put it in there right now, but I'm going to have that in there. I want to give a shout out to Reaper Tate. Reaper Tate, it's always good to see you in here. Reaper Tate has been a big guy on the Blasted or Stash It Facebook page as well. So very cool. Huey's Comic Hideout. Huey, one of our very own Blasted or Stash It founders, is in the chat room. And I hope you're not looking at your phone too much, Huey, because your son, you got to watch your son play football. You don't want to miss the big play of the day,
He just scored a touchdown.
Oh, yeah. So it's good to see Reaper Tate, and especially, hopefully, his little man James is asleep and everything like that. Davis Comic Finds, it's good to see Davis. He said he got a package from the great legend. The Legends live auction, as you know, is tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, so we hope everyone's there for that. And everyone's just having a great time in the chat, so thank y'all so much. And if y'all have any questions for me, Paul, Jeremy, or Rob, let us know. I'm sure, Rob, do you do commissions on your artwork?
I've only technically done one commission so far, and that was the one for Vince, not the one that that was the Harley Quinn one. The other one I gave as an act of kindness, but so far I haven't gotten any new commissions in. I'm always open for fun if anybody wants to send an idea my way.
Yeah,
it's always fun. It's a fun way to do it.
Did you do the Flash one for Vince?
Yeah, the Flash and Quicksilver. That's the one I did for Vince.
That was so damn good, man, Rob. I like that. I may actually, I may have some stuff I may send you. I got some blank variants. Do you have you ever drawn like the Three Stooges or Popeye or anything?
No, I haven't drawn any Three Stooges. I think I did a Popeye a few years ago. It's been a while since I've done anything like that. I'm always open up for a challenge. So
I'm always interested in like like stuff that ain't like mainstream. Like just like even one of my collectibles got Don Rosa to do an Uncle Scrooge. I thought that was pretty damn cool. Uncle Scrooge.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
A lot of those Uncle Scrooge comics and everything back in the day.
Yeah, like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah,
I
man.
grew up with DuckTales. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he did all these old books with Scrooge. Very cool. So fans, you heard it here. Check him out. RC3 Art 3. Yeah, RC3 Art. That's it. I was about to say .com. Do you have a do you have a website yet?
I don't have a website yet. I do have a Facebook page and a YouTube channel, and I think I have a Twitter page somewhere. I haven't looked on in a while. I used to be Gray Comics, but that was actually based on a comic book that me and a friend we were going to do a few years ago, and I haven't really talked with them a whole lot recently, so we kind of just decided to part ways on that, and out of respect, I decided to just go ahead and change my name from the title of that comic, because that's where it was originally. So I just use my initials, and I am a third, so I figured I'd go with the 3.
That was so cool. And your granddad collected comics too?
Yeah, I wish he'd hung on to them. I really do, because I wish he'd hung on to the comics and passed them down to my dad. He apparently gave them to his brother's kids, who are older than my parents. He, when I talked to him, I asked him what he used to have and what he collected, and he said he collected, Captain America, Captain Marvel. He had some of those. He said he even had the comic where Bucky dies from Captain America, and I was like, why'd you get rid of them? I want those.
Yeah, my dad, he's 72. He read them, but he didn't keep them around, which always hacked me off. So I've bought him in recent years just maybe 2 or 3 old Wiz comics and Captain Marvel Adventure Golden Age books, because that was kind of his favorite character. And he's a big Captain America guy too. And I may have told Paul this story, because me and Paul, we talk about Golden Age comics from time to time. But Batman here in Texas, well, for the kids, the original Batman out of Detective 27, he had those really tall ears, or cow ears or whatever. And a lot of the parents thought that guy kind of looked like the Ku Klux Klan, so a lot of the kids didn't get to buy the Detective. Anyways, the Detective, really, if you think about it, it was more for the adults anyway, because before Detective 27 Batman, it was more like detective stories, cop stories, stuff like that. But yeah, so a lot of kids didn't get the old Batman unless they just went in and snuck it out or whatever.
As a Batman guy, the Batman with the long ears always was hideous to me. I never liked that.
Yeah.
Like those Michael Turner ones where he's got the long ears that poke up.
I like those.
That's ugly, man.
Yeah, I actually like those too. I grew up on the long ear Batman, so that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Plus, you see that cover
If
Detective
you can't poke
31.
an eye out, it ain't good Batman.
Yeah. Paul, how about you? What's your favorite kind of Batman?
Oh, come on. Got to go with the long ears. I mean, that cover of Detective 31, one of the greatest covers ever.
Yeah, Detective 31. I'll have to go back and look at that, because I don't remember.
That's the one with. Everyone does cover swipes of it. It's the one where Batman's standing over the castle looking down.
Oh yeah, that one then. Oh hell yeah, that's damn good.
This is what I think about when I think about Batman.
Is that a Jim Lee?
Of course.
I love it. Yeah, I like
the short ears. I just like the short ears.
Well, if you like short ears, I'm sure you'll like that Batman 66 Adam West style. He had some of the shortest I've ever seen.
I like Frank Miller's Batman too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you got a pretty good Batman, Jeremy. You getting some good drawing skills going on.
That's because I imitate Jim Lee.
Oh man, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next book I want to talk about. I don't know if y'all have read this, and this was why I was late. And the damn book was kind of wordy tonight. I was like, damn, but I still enjoyed it. It was another DC title. We got a lot of DC tonight, but we're going to get into some other stuff. It was New Superman 3, Chinese Superman. Damn. Now, did any of you guys read Chinese Superman?
I haven't read the first one.
I'll be reading that one later tonight, because I've been really digging the book. I just didn't have time to get to it.
It's cool, man. Rob, if you ain't seen this new Superman phenomenon that's taking the internet by storm, it's funny. The main thing for me is I always laugh when I'm reading.
I'll have to check it out. I've been curious. I haven't picked up any Superman books, even though I'm a Superman fan, and I know I get a lot of hate because I like Superman better than Batman, and I think everybody hates me for that one.
Yeah.
But I didn't pick this up because I'm a Clark Kent Superman fan. If you're not Clark Kent, it's hard for me to enjoy it as a Superman. So I don't know. It's kind of. I'm not, but I do plan on picking it up. It is on my want list. It's just not high enough for me to grab it just yet.
Just think if the Clark Kent character, of course, he wouldn't want to do this because he don't want to draw too much attention to himself. But if Clark Kent, and I'm sure they had a what if of this already, or one of those DC Elseworlds, if Clark Kent was say like adopted by the Waynes, I think they did have a story like that. If he was adopted by Martha and Thomas, having all the money, then Superman can have some crazy gadgets and stuff.
That's one thing that's been throwing me off. I'm kind of like him, like Clark Kent. To me, that's Superman, and that's what I don't understand because I didn't read too much. The New 52. I didn't read too much of that, so I don't know what's going on with this Action Comics and it's this whole new Superman. And they got the old Superman died, and then
all that. Yeah, that is It's
I don't think anybody knows what's going on yet.
It was weird. And, the only guy in the comic book community that I really garnered any understanding of the whole thing, there was this comic book. It was called, I think it was called Lois and Clark or something. I don't know. It wasn't the Terry Hatcher and Dean.
Yeah, Lois and Clark New 52.
Yeah, it was so damn good. Now, Roger, 69501, a Puerto Rican brother from another mother, Paul was going to say, hey, did you go to Roger's? Roger actually has like this bakery in Puerto Rico. I should have given you the address so you could kind of explore and see if he was in there smiling or whatever. But he loves Superman. He's a big Superman fan. He loves 90s Superman, the one where Dan Jurgens was writing the storyline. And what happened was that Superman, the 90s Superman, that was a pre-Flashpoint. Because we know when the Flashpoint event took place, that was the thing that pretty much created the New 52 universe. And what happened was, I don't know how it happened, but the 90s Superman and the 90s Lois Lane, the one pre-Flashpoint, the one that died from Doomsday and came back and they were married, they actually came also into the New 52 universe some weird way. I don't really know how it happened, but it just happened. And when he got there, he saw the universe, and he saw a lot of the heroes and stuff that he knew from his universe, all younger. So he kind of stayed out of it. So he lived in Smallville and grew his beard and everything and stuff like that. And he didn't really do much until that Lois and Clark issue started coming out. And then, he was doing some of his own storyline while the New 52 were doing theirs, kind of working in the background. And then the New 52, that New 52 Superman died, and that left the world without a Superman. And then that's when old 90s Superman, he looked in the mirror and shot his heat vision at the mirror, and it reflected, and he shaved with his lasers through a mirror.
Yeah.
Cool. And then that's how it came to be. And then our old buddy Oz, a.k.a. Ozymandias from Watchmen, who's now in the current DC timeline, he said, go help them out. They need you. And then he went to help them out, save the day or whatever. And then the real weird shit is there's a Clark Kent guy. I don't know who the hell he is. And then there's, of course, Lex Luthor still trying to be Superman. And then the 90s Superman. But no one knows about the just normal Clark Kent guy. So it is pretty confusing. But it's a little more understandable now since 90s Superman came out of the closet or into the New 52 time.
I think this is supposed to have something to do with the new Clark, the regular Clark Kent and the Superman. It's supposed to be something between them two. The new Action Comics.
Yeah. Well, damn. Have you read that one yet?
No, like I say, that was one of the ones that was damaged, and I got my.
And so, see, there's just so much. We've talked about this before. There's so many comics. It's like the Pokemon. You want to catch them all. Well, actually, I don't want to catch any damn things. But you want you want to get as many as you can. But sometimes budget constraints and Rob knows having a new child, a new baby girl. It's hard to get comic books and stuff.
Yeah, I know. You just run out of them Pokemon to catch all them comics.
Yeah. But New Superman, check it out. It's a lot funnier. Keenan Kong, he's calling the old Batman Tubby again. That's just so damn funny because Tubby Batman puts that boy in his place. They kind of back and forth. And all it is, it's just two guys showing off in front of the Chinese Wonder Woman and the Chinese Lois Lane, and it's just a hoot. It's just all it is, just a fun book to read. But we're gonna go ahead and switch the gears. I'm gonna check the chat real quick because we're gonna be switching the gears into some independent comic books. Let's see what we got here. We have everyone still in the chat. I want to give a shout out to Kyle Walker. He's watching us. Kyle Walker, Who Dat Comics, Collectibles, and Gaming. Oh, man, everyone's here. Chris is talking about the Clark Kent adoption Elseworlds story. That was the one that I was talking about. Very good, Chris. Buckshot 33 there. Buckshot 33. I think I know why they call him Buckshot 33 now. He's from Boston, and we all know there's an NBA legend that played for the Celtics that wore number 33. Hell yeah. Oh, LB. Larry Legend. Larry Legend, named after me, actually. Oh, yeah. And a British Geek Guy, he has a tag going on right now. Actually, the tag, I think, was created by Air Force Sapper. And it was your favorite 5, I think, covers that aren't graded. So I'm going to be doing that pretty soon. I might even do it tonight. You never know. But this next indie book is it's a #1 indie title, and I believe it was a Dark Horse book. And I'm going to go straight to Paul. Paul, tell us about the book known as Strain Master Quinlan 1.
I really dug the artwork. Story was good. I mean, it gives you background on some of the characters if you've read the original series or watched the show. And it's not often you see a comic book series set in Roman times and all that stuff. It was just a fun ride, And I'm interested to see where they go with it and how they tie it into the modern storyline.
Yeah, I think that
I'm definitely stashing it.
I'm with you, man. I am stashing that book. Damn, the art was really good. It kind of reminded me of art like kind of reminded me a lot of like an Oni Press book, even though it was like a Dark Horse book. And Dark Horse got some damn good books as well. And right now I'm like kind of like trying to find the damn chat, so I'll do that back in a minute. I lost my chat. But yeah, good vampire stuff. And Paul, is this the same? Is this just kind of I don't know how you say it. Is it based off the Strain?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of like a side story, or maybe
it's almost like a prequel almost.
Oh, damn. That's damn cool. So are you recognizing some of these characters in this book that are in the Strain?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I know who some of them are.
Dude, that is
I didn't read all of the Strain, but, I've been watching the TV show, and I read a few issues of the
that's what I was going to ask you. I've never read one issue of the comics. But I've watched the TV show from the very first season, and I'll order the book. You think I'll still be able to pick it up and read it?
Oh yeah, I mean it works well as an independent story too. I mean you can pick it up and it.
Because I obviously know, like the latest episode of the show was about that character.
Yeah,
that's what kind of intrigued me. I don't know if they planned it to run like that, because it was a little backstory on him this week in this past week in the show. The episode was mainly about him. So
that's cool.
See, I haven't caught up on the show yet.
I didn't give you no spoilers. It's just
no. That's fine.
Is the show on like Netflix or anything, or
it's on Hulu? It's
on Hulu.
Yeah.
Damn, that is so cool. Yeah, I know you've talked about it before. I enjoyed the story. It was a lot of fun, and like I didn't know anything about it, but I love these kind of stories. Like I know. When I read The Sixth Gun, they had a lot of these side kind of prequel stories, which were great. But The Strain, man, this thing was awesome. I didn't know what it was about, but it has like, this is the one about the vampires, right? The one that gave birth to that lady. Yeah. I read a bunch of books, but yeah, great story. And what I love about this younger vampire that was in the story was he's different from his dad. and his mom, where he can actually go out in the day. I can't wait to read more of it though, because something to have to do with, because he wasn't tainted by those worms. And then in this next issue, he's going to have a hell of a time because there's a lot of action that he's going to have to fight and see what he can do. But and you got a little bit of that gladiator going, Paul. What do you think about that? The arena stuff.
Hell yeah. And it's like, you know, you see him taking all these shots and kill everybody, and he's like just ripping heads off.
Oh man, it was so damn cool. Yeah, Rob, this thing is like an awesome vampire thing mixed in with some gladiator, because it's all in that time period, like, I don't know, 40 AD or something. Awesome, man.
It sounds interesting. I'll definitely have to keep an eye out for it then.
Art was really good. Paul, are you stashing it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm stashing it too. What the? No, it was a damn good book, Jeremy. Man, if you try to check that one out eventually, man. And that one might be good. See, I don't know how many issues it goes, but a lot of times I prefer to buy those kind of like in hardcover or trade paperback or something. But
I think I read it's only going to be like a 5-issue run or something.
I think it's a five-issue series.
That'd be a nice one just to have. I mean, I won't get it because I'm reading the digital, but man, like, yeah, if you want to wait a little while, man, it's going to be a good little book to get. I don't have as many hardcovers and trade paperbacks as I do single issues, but like Who Dat knows in the comments that I didn't want to buy all these Injustice books, you know, year 1, year 2, and all that, but I have all of those in hardcover, so I haven't read any yet because I'm kind of waiting a little before the second game comes out, but I'm going to enjoy those. Rob, did you ever read those Injustice comics?
No, I came close to picking one up. I tend to be a gamer, and it's actually one game I have not played. I've wanted to play the game, so I have not. I've been holding off on getting the comics till I play the game a little bit, but I kind of know a little bit of the story a little bit.
Yeah, the comics are like a prequel, but I agree. Play the game first, because this is one of those deals where, you know, playing the sequel or playing the next part will be better than just like, because, you know, it'll just be cooler, you know. Very good, just damn good game. And they're coming out with part 2 pretty soon, so that's going to be good. So, yeah, definitely a stash. Very cool book, and I want to thank Paul for, you know, letting me know, because we were talking about what comics we were going to talk about, and he named off some of those indie titles. And I don't know a lot about the indie stuff. Well, not, you know, lately. I've just been doing classic DC, Popeye, and that's about it. But, damn, Paul had some damn good picks. So we're going to go to the next one. It's called Hadrian's Wall, #1. All right, Jeremy, Hadrian's Wall.
I didn't pick it up.
Just like Donald Trump's wall. It just ain't here yet for you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't endorse either one of them, but it is an entertaining bill, and I can't wait for them to debate against each other.
Hadrian's Wall is going to be huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Paul, tell us what you thought about the wall.
I think this is my pick of the week. I mean, it's got gorgeous painted artwork. It's got, you know, great storyline, you know, murder mystery in space, all this kind of thing going on. You know, it's getting that vibe. You get kind of a Blade Runner vibe off it. And there's some, at least one character that you just want to lay a beat down on. I don't want to give too much away, but I mean, I thought the storyline was fantastic, and the art really served the story.
Beautiful.
You know, I can't wait to see where this one goes.
Yeah, this is just a damn beautiful book. I don't know how long this. And you know, when you get something that good, I kind of want to hope it ends like at least, you know, go 5 to 8 issues. You know, kind of do it where I can just. I want to get that thing in a hardcover just to have. I mean, the thing I love about these indie books, and a lot of them I've been reading, and perfect examples, The Strain. This prequel Strain. When you read this, you're like, damn, you know, the story's so great, the art's so good. This is a perfect storyboard and screenplay for a TV show or movie, and that's what I've been getting a lot with these indie books, and especially this one, the Hadrian's Wall book. I mean, easily could be a movie. like Paul said, it's kind of set in the future. U.S. and the Soviets, they had a war back in the day, in the past, but now it's in the future around 2085, and they've come together. There's a lot of great space exploration up there. They've done colonies in space on ships and things like that, but people are still living on Earth as well. So damn good story. There's a accident in space, and one of the characters, his job is an accidental investigator for the company that he's hired to do a job. And it was funny because I was doing a training for this exact thing. You know, say if one of my employees on the job gets injured, or if a customer gets injured, you know, what's the proper paperwork to fill out? You know, there could be deaths at the workplace. You know, if you're in construction, you fall off a building. Well, what happens is the big companies will have accidental investigators that come in after the cops, like if it's a homicide or not, I guess that's when you kill someone, accidental death, whatever. Like these accidental investigators, they investigate the crime scene themselves, try to take all the data up and see what, you know, come to a conclusion on what really happened. And this guy in the story, he's hired to do just that. And it takes the story, you know, into people he knows, people from his past, people he has a hate relationship for. Just a great story. So like Hadrian's Wall, like Paul said, that's just so damn good. Pick of the week. I don't want to give anything away because I want you to go get this book. You can get them at mycomicshop.com. But yeah, damn good.
Your check will be there tomorrow, man.
I get paid in credit, so I just use the credit for more comics. All right, the next one, it was I think Paul, you're the only one that read this. I didn't get a chance. I'm going to go back and try to read issue 1, but it's Briggs Land 2. Tell us about Briggs Land.
Again, the storyline is still really good for this one. The first issue was like, you know, it came in with a bang and everything. This one slows the story down a little bit, and you know, it gets a little bit more. They're setting up the story, and you can see a storm is coming, man. It is. Things are about to get ugly. And I think this one has already been optioned for a show. So it's I think it was optioned for the show before the first issue even came out. So
then something was going to be big on it.
Yeah, I mean it's. I think this thing's going to go. Next couple of issues, a ton is going to happen, and it's just going to be crazy.
And I think for me, like on the indie scene, you never know what you're going to get with a DC book. It seemed like some of them take forever to get going, but for indie books, you know people are going to buy Marvel. You know people are going to buy DC. So with a lot of the indie books that you read, you'll kind of notice like their issue 1 always starts out really strong. You know, you get, and then issue 2, you're finally kind of slowing it back a little bit. You're not giving the audience too much. You're kind of slowing it back down, you know, and then you'll get to the big conclusion. But I love that about some of the indie books I've been reading lately. You know, they start with a bang that sucks you right on in, and you're like, damn, I can't wait till issue 2. And then when issue 2 comes, you know, they kind of say, all right, we're going to slow it down a little on you. We're going to let you introduce you to the characters, and then that way you can fall in love with certain characters, and then you can hate, you know, other characters like that bitch in the Hadrian's Wall, one of those Amanda Wallers. You know, no one likes her. You know, but I think with you, Paul, I'm going to have to read Briggs Land 1 and 2. And for any speculators out there, check into that Briggs Land. You know, because getting an option for a show, you want to make sure you get the books kind of quick before they go to crazy prices or eBay prices. You know, very cool. So, Paul, you stashing?
Oh yeah, definitely stashing.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So that's another one. Rob and Jeremy, Briggs Land, man. Briggs Land.
I need to pick it up. I need to pick it up. I need to pick up that and there's one more you said.
Hadrian's Wall or the
Strain.
The Strain of Master Quinlan.
I got the strain coming. It'll be here. So.
Oh, that's good. You know, we're getting a lot of that lately, Paul. I know you missed last week. You were in Puerto Rico. Or actually, you were, but anyway, you were in Puerto Rico. I mean, fast heartbeat Puerto Rican. But anyway, that last week, we did a comic. Mike loved it. Spectacular Spider-Man Ball. He loved it. It was the three kids of Lazarus. I can't remember the title or the title, but very good. Oh, what was it called?
Oh, yeah, I read that. That book was awesome.
Yeah, Paul, Skyborn. It's like, oh, yeah, Skyborn was the kick-ass one. My bad. The one that I read where the lady shot the long-ass tongue out, that was some other kind of book.
Glitter Bomb.
Glitter Bomb. That was pretty interesting, too. It's like some of these indie titles, it's like, shit, these are really good. I'm about to, like, start reading these. You know, and like I said, I read some of these digitally or whatever because I don't have them on the pool, so that I may have to go back and get them in singles, you know. These are damn good. And one great thing about the Blast It or Stash It Facebook group, like I said, we'll have the link below, is you get to interact with tons of people that like all different kinds of comics. We have every sort of comic collector on there. We've got just the collector, people that collect for covers, people that collect for monetary, people that speculators are on there, people that enjoy the read, enjoy the art. I mean, every kind of collector is on there. So, you know, they'll let you know if some good stuff is coming out. They'll let you know if the story was great. And then you can kind of get those recommendations off of people. That's what I love about the Blaster Stash Facebook page, because, you know, everyone's giving each other recommendations. People are buying, people are trading books, getting great deals. So, it's just awesome to be a part of Blaster Stash It. I thank Huey, Paul, Dewey, and Louie. Oh, no, I thank Dave, Paul, Mike, and Vince for inviting me on there. Hall of Famers, Kirby's Comics and Comic Noob. They're we haven't done that officially, Paul, but I think like we need to have like a Blaster Stash It Hall of Fame for the kind of like retired, the guys that are in retirement right now, like Kirby and Comic Noob. Because I know Kirby's buying a lot of books, but like Rob Kirby just had a little baby, so he's kind of cutting back as far as like doing his live shows and stuff. But man, but they'll be back, man. They'll be back and they'll be stronger than ever. And then old Comic Noob, the deer hunting season will be over with, and then he's going to be back into collecting comics. So it's a lot of fun. And Rob, you're on the Blast It Stash Facebook group, right?
Yeah, I'm on there. Unfortunately, I guess because the Facebook pages, they got rid of the way that you can no longer take over as a page anymore. So my art page is there, and I can put stuff on it, but I can't, talk as RC3 Art. I just have to talk as my regular Facebook page, which is just Robert Carter. So
that's me.
That's me hanging out on there. If you see Robert Carter, that's me hanging about.
Mine is Robert Dowdy, and it's like this guy doesn't look anything like the great legend does because he don't have the beanie on, and he just looks like a regular person.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that was I don't even know, man. Briggs, I'm gonna have to read that though. But let me check the chat real quick, and then we'll kind of talk a little bit about some Marvel comics lately. Oh, look who's in the chat! It's one of the Hall of Famer Blast It or Stash It members, Comic Noob. Like I said, he'll be coming out of retirement pretty soon. So Comic Noob is in the house. So good to see Gary. Always love seeing him in the chat. Stephen Higgins, one of the master unboxers of anything that needs unboxing. Huge BAM box, a loot crate, a Funko box, any kind of box, he's got it, man. Very cool to have him here. Everyone's still in the chat, having a great time. We got 14 live viewers now and 14 thumbs up. You can't get no better than that, man. That is fucking awesome. And I'm sorry, I try not to cuss on these shows. So, guys, let me ask Rob here. Rob, what have you been seeing, or what have you been liking that's been coming out of Marvel comics lately?
Um, Coming out of Marvel Comics, I've seen pretty much everything lacking since I really kind of stopped collecting most Marvel, and that's what I started with. I started with Marvel Comics. That's what I got into. That's what my dad, that's what he majorly collected when he was. Well, he still collects comics, but when he started, Spider-Man and everything like that. But I know there's still some good comics out there, but I got so turned off by the price and the stories, and my favorite character from Marvel has always been Wolverine. If I might read some Old Man Logan every once in a while, but other than that, really haven't played around much with Marvel recently. Just the way it's been, unfortunately.
I think that's the way it's been for everyone. Like for me, me too. Growing up in the '90s when I started collecting, it was all Marvel, and I stopped collecting in there, and did more busy stuff, and then I got back into collecting, and I got back into collecting. My only Marvel book I got back into, of course, was, you guessed it, Fantastic Four. But then, mainly books and everything. Jeremy, how about you, man? Tell us about some Marvel.
The only Marvel book I pick up is, he touched on it, Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan.
And it's been phenomenal. It's the only one that, my favorite Marvel character, like he said, was Wolverine, Captain America. And I was going to pick up that Captain America #1, but when I heard he made him out to be a Hydra sleeper agent, I stayed away from that. So I picked up this Old Man Logan because I liked Wolverine. I think they need to bring back regular Wolverine. But this has been stellar so far.
Yeah. I've been hearing a lot about that too, and this Saturday night, anyone in the chat is interested, this Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be Old Man Logan, the first appearance of Old Man Logan. I think it was I don't remember the issue, Wolverine 66 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's Old Man Logan's first appearance will be on sale, and I think the guy that's selling it's Big Bear Comics. And we got a 9.2 Pyramid minus raw copy of that first appearance of Old Man Logan. And I've also been hearing, I don't know if this is true because I don't know much about, I know us and some people know more about the movies, but I think they're going to use the Old Man Logan for the third Wolverine movie. Is that right, Jeremy?
That's what I heard, yeah. That's what been speculation. But then they came out and said that it's been confirmed that Mr. Sinister is going to be the villain.
All right. See, that's cool. And if it is that in the future, then I think Russ was saying, who that Comics Collectibles, he was saying he hopes they still use Mr. Sinister, younger X-Men, Malcolm Morgan, Professor X, and my wife loves that guy, pretty boy, Magneto, Steve Jobs guy. I don't know, Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender, yeah. I liked him. He was really good.
Yeah, I like that. But Paul, did you read
Marvel? They're still making comics. I thought they just made movies because every time I've picked up a Marvel book in the past 6 months, I've been more likely to get pissed off. And I have not liked much of anything they've been coming out with lately.
You know my thoughts on it. I mean, they took my damn Fantastic Four away. There's talks about taking the X-Men away. I mean, what the hell, The two of the best teams that gave them a lot more money. They gave them a lot more. Okay, Avengers are Avengers, but in the 90s and everything, when I started reading, it was all about X-Men and Fantastic Four. Avengers were just kind of lame, honestly. 90s, screw them. I
grew up as a Marvel fan, like most of us did. But these days, I think I'd rather go give my $5 to hobo on the corner and tell him to kick me in the shins for an hour. It'd be more exciting.
Just take it and buy you put $1 with it and buy you 2 Rebirth books.
That's right. Get a couple.
Like every other comic collector's been doing. DC, here not too long ago, Jim Lee was posting stats from this summer. Mm-hmm. Just this summer, they shipped 12 million books.
Damn, 12 million, man.
Yeah.
Insane prices. One thing Jim Lee needs to do, and him and his boy Dan Didio, I haven't heard much about Dan Didio lately. I guess he's doing more behind the scenes. He used to write a pretty good Phantom Stranger book, but they need to get, and I always tell this to Jeremy and Paul, They need to get that Shazam stuff going, but I think they're going to hold off closer to the movie.
I think they will too.
Yeah, but
I want some Shazam. Need some Shazam in my life.
I know, man. Shazam, dude. Billy Batson.
You know, I heard some speculation for the Shazam movie the other day.
Yeah? What'd you hear, man?
I heard that they're talking about now that director from the Gambit movie came over,
Uh-huh.
and he's bringing Channing Tatum with him to play Shazam.
All right. You know, I'm not the biggest Channing Tatum. I don't have nothing really against him. I mean, I like 21 Jump Street. And, damn, what else has he been?
He did that movie that White House Down.
Oh, that was a good movie. Him and Jamie Foxx. That was a good movie. Yeah. My dad saw that at the. Well, I can dig him, but he's got to have some black hair. I want the black hair, but I think he'd do all right. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, you got The Rock playing Black Adam. If you got Channing Tatum going up against The Rock, that movie's gonna end with Black Adam
it's just going to end up like another G.I. Joe movie.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking because Duke was Tatum, and he died in the second one.
Well, he didn't want to do that movie anyway.
Oh, Tatum didn't want to do it?
Yeah, the second one. He did the first one as like a stepping stone, like to get his foot in the door for other, like it's part of his contract or whatever.
Yeah.
He had to do number 2. He didn't want to do number 2, so they compromised with him and just killed him off.
Well, one thing, he's really young, so the parts when he does something amazing as Captain Marvel as Shazam, I would like to hear him have some great, because he is funny. The 21 Jump, he does funny stuff, so if he can mix that funniness, like, oh my God, I just beat this dude's ass, or if he could do something like that.
Yeah.
That's the
thing. Yeah. That's the thing, though, when it, he has to act it, but the movie's going to be wrote, and Jeff Johns is going to have his hands in that. So
that'd be good.
Like they've come out and said that the Batman solo movie is going to be wrote specifically or like solely by Jeff Johns and Ben Affleck.
Those are two good. That's in good hands then right there.
Yeah, especially with Affleck directing it, and Jeff Johns is telling him, like, Jeff Johns knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, do you think would you like to see the Shazam movie more kind of geared toward like lighthearted and fun, or would you like the dark stuff?
Oh, I mean, if they're even going to remotely follow the original comics, it's got to be lighthearted and fun. I mean,
I hope so.
The original Captain Marvel and Wiz comics and stuff, it was definitely a much lighter take on the whole superhero thing.
Yeah. I want it to be like real daytime, really bright, little Fawcett City or whatever. I want to see Dr. Savannah in there, maybe a little Mr. Mind cameo, the little worm and Monster Society. I want to see it all, man.
And we need to have something like he flies over the C.C. Beck Memorial Stadium or something like that.
You got to give love to old C.C. Beck, maybe throw some in there and all that. Damn, that'd be so damn cool. Well, sorry about y'all people in the chat room. We didn't talk much about Marvel, but oh my God, Comic Noob, he's gone cry, he's gone wild, he's gone crazy in the chats. He goes, DC is racist, stands for dumb crackers. And then Comic Noob though, he's like, damn, chat got quiet. So I'm glad Comic Noob's in there, getting the chat, waking their asses up. Oh man, that's great. And Russ and Noob are talking. So yeah, if y'all got some questions in the chat, let us know. It's good.
I think Buckshot he nailed it right there when he said the Marvel's killing off their bread and butter. Fantastic Four was their space fantasy book, and X-Men was their civil rights revolution book. Both series kept Marvel going in the 80s, and the X-Men definitely saved Marvel in the 90s. He hit the nail on the head right there.
Oh, yeah, he did. I was watching Howler Mouse do a video a while back about how crappy Marvel was doing. He had a 3-parter, and he told us how Chris Claremont pretty much did all kind of stuff for X-Men. He had Storm lead the team of X-Men, and the way they did it was, and of course, Storm's female, Storm's African-American, and she beat Cyclops without using any of her powers. So
Oh, wow.
shit, I mean, whoa, that girl, that's awesome right there as far as like, civil rights and making sure, hey, women and African Americans, they're important people, not only of course in real life, but in the comic book world too, And then like you said, the Fantastic Four, and me and Paul were talking about it before the show. Paul showed that Fantastic Four number 50, Silver Surfer. I mean, that's space. That brought on, like, pretty much brought the power, the cosmic power. There it is, right there. Silver Surfer. The conclusion to that damn Galactus coming storyline. Very awesome. So damn good. Hopefully Marvel will. I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, until they get Fantastic, I was doing Guardians of the Galaxy, but until they bring, I dropped that though. And until they bring Fantastic Four, they've lost me pretty much as I'm not buying anything from them until they get their Fantastic Four back. Even though I did buy some back issues of 1873 or whatever that Western was they did, but
I just hope by the time they bring them back, it's not too late. If they have damaged the property too much.
Right.
I hope so too. If Disney and Marvel Studios and whatnot can get the movie rights back and do the movie correctly. Then,
Well, I read some speculation here a while back that I know when they were having that Diamond Retailer Summit, there was people was reporting that Marvel had a big banner that was hanging up everywhere that said Resurrection, and it was spelled with an X, and the X was the X-Men logo, and the O in it was the Inhumans logo. And they're saying that it's supposed to be that they're speculating that after they do this Death of X, that's going to be the Inhumans versus the X-Men, that they're going to bring the original X-Men back.
oh, all right.
So that's what the speculation that I read. And if they do that, I might jump on board and start reading some X-Men,
Yeah. Well, you know what? That'd be good just to let Marvel know that, hell, there's still a bunch of people that want the X-Men books, and get some of those back.
I have been I've launched a campaign. I'm fixing to start tweeting to Hugh Jackman because he says he's doing one last Wolverine movie, and I'm like, you got to give us Wolverine in the brown and yellow, or the yellow and the with the black, the full the Wolverine suit. That's what I want.
Why hadn't he ever worn the damn mask?
I don't know. They made one like off collar joke about it in one of the X-Men movies. He said, "You didn't expect me in yellow spandex, did you?"
Reaper Tate just made a good point in the chat. He said, Fantastic Four was on a roll in the mid '60s. I mean, look at it. It was pretty much Marvel showcase. I mean, how many characters were introduced in early FF? Black Panther, Inhuman, Silver Surfer, Galactus. It was, if you were going to be a big character, that's where they introduced you.
Yeah, definitely, man. There's so much goodness. I mean, like the Marvel's first family, the very first book of the Marvel Age, aka the Silver Age, but Marvel books, man.
Stephen Higgins just wrote in there that we need a new Ghost Rider movie.
Yeah.
And I heard some more speculation that the reason that they put Robbie Reyes in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was that they're going to take Johnny Blaze and put him on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Give him his own show. I read some speculation that they're going to do that with him and Blade.
That's awesome. Oh, Blade too?
They're supposed to be in talks with Wesley Snipes for a Netflix Blade show.
That'd be freaking awesome. That's too good. I put them kind of, even though Ghost Rider is pretty awesome. I got to move old Ghost Rider one of them B-listers nowadays, but that would be damn cool. Well, let's go ahead and talk about some movies and TV shows. Y'all know any more good stuff about any TV shows?
I know I've been hearing a lot of people say Arrow season 5 is supposed to be like a return to its what it was before they did all this Olicity crap.
Oh yeah,
and they ruined the great TV show. Season 1 and season 2, even season 3. I liked season 3 with what's his name, Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Season 4 was, to be honest with you, a turd. I mean, it was horrible.
Rob's laughing over there. Rob, did you watch any of that Arrow show?
I've watched some of Arrow. And I agree that the third season was good, and then I lost all interest by the time season 4 rolled around. It was just
Well, that's
I'm sticking with the Flash for now. So
The Flash.
The issue or the series I watch because I've been watching them on Netflix when they have them on there, so I'm waiting for Flash season 2 and I guess that big turd Arrow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, you can go ahead and skip season 4 of Arrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's really nothing that happens in that show that even stands out to me except that it was a turd.
Yeah. Paul, do you ever watch any of those old CWs? Those CWs?
Oh, absolutely, and I agree. I mean, the first few seasons of Arrow were amazing. You know, Ra's al Ghul was awesome, and Deathstroke, I think, is just awesome.
Deathstroke was amazing on there. That's what turned me on to the character. You know, I'd heard about him before, but seeing Manu Bennett bring him to life.
Yeah.
I mean, Manu Bennett is great. So I mean, I knew I was going to like it from the start, but he.
I love how he always said, he always like Shadow. He loves Shadow, dude.
Yeah. Oliver.
Yeah.
And the Flash, man, the Flash is just phenomenal. But you know, of course, if you go back and look at the credits to the Flash, Jeff Johns was a writer on that show.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he wasn't on Arrow, so. But awesome. I know a lot. You know, a lot of people say that they've been speculating that the Flashpoint stuff they're going to do in Flash season 2 is only going to be like the first couple episodes.
Oh, dude!
But they're supposed to have Dr. Alchemy on there, and they're supposed to be doing all kind of stuff. So
I really like that. I really like how when they do the TV shows, they have more time to explore new things. Where with a movie, they're kind of confined to one story, but on a TV show, you can have multiple stuff going on through.
I think for me, on some level, I actually prefer comics as a TV show over a movie. Because comics, by their very nature, are episodic, you know, and it fits the. You can do a long drawn out storyline, and then when the season's over, you can go to another long drawn out storyline, and it just I think it fits the format better.
Yeah.
And plus, like, you know, in a movie, you got like Zack Snyder with the Batman versus Superman. He only had a little over 2 hours, 2.5 hours to fit in all he wanted to, because he filmed it like about 3 hours worth of a movie and then made him shave it down. So all that he was trying to do, he had to fit in 2.5 hours. And then like on the TV show, like you said, Flash, you got 23 episodes. That's 23 hours.
Yeah.
That you got to play with to build up, you know, hit the beats you want to. And
that's the way to do it right there. I like those TV shows. They're doing great. I mean, DC TV shows, DC comics. But yeah, they'll get their movies. And I enjoy the Marvel movies. I haven't seen the Suicide Squad movie yet, but I enjoyed all the Batmans. I enjoyed the Superman and the Batman versus Superman. I enjoyed all of those.
I know Suicide Squad is made like, I want to say like $700 or $800 million.
Yeah, it's made a lot of money.
It's still up there. It's breaking records. So all the people that said it sucked,
I
guess that's your opinion.
Yeah, you know, but DC.
Like Don said in Roadhouse, opinions vary.
Yeah.
I just wish they kept everything that was supposed to be in Suicide Squad in Suicide Squad. I think that would have been a lot more fun seeing some more Joker in there. But it was still a good movie. I liked it.
Yeah, I like. I think that whole thing with they didn't like the Joker. And sure, man, he probably was a sucky Joker, but like, you know, there's been a lot of great Jokers. It's kind of hard to.
I know they came out and said that he won't be making an appearance in Justice League.
Oh, okay. They're gonna leave him alone for a while in Arkham.
And speaking of Justice League, they Zack Snyder throwed out a picture of Batman in the tactical suit that's got the whole internet in an uproar calling him Owlman.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Jeremy talked about that on our Facebook page, Blaster Saturday Facebook page. So that's another reason to join, get in on the conversations, and talk about what everyone thinks about that. Hey, Rob, have you been watching, or do you have any movie news or any shows you like watching that's comic or pop culture related?
Not a whole lot. I mean, obviously, I watched The Walking Dead. I watched Flash. Stopped watching Green Arrow. I watch occasionally. I'll try and catch up on a couple others, but that's most of what I pay attention to when it comes to that. I do watch Supergirl. I know some people had their speculation about it. I actually enjoy it because it's kind of fun filled, and I think that's the way Supergirl should be. And I'm excited to see what the CW pulls together on it. I expect a lot more Flight at Night, but other than that, I think it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, my wife. I haven't started doing a Supergirl or watching it, but my wife really likes that one. Paul, do you watch any Supergirl?
Yeah, I've been watching. I mean, I think I haven't quite finished the whole season yet, but I'm trying to catch up on it now.
Yeah,
and I think it'll be better. I mean, I know they're going to take a budget hit, but I think it'll be better once they're under the CW umbrella and they're all tied together better.
Yeah, and then they can even do like more of those, like you said, tie-ins, maybe some group shows.
Well, I know they did say that they are going to do one for all 4 show crossover, at least one during the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too. I think it'll be awesome.
Well, you know what? Let me kind of wind it on down here. I want to give a special shout out to Mike, who's enjoying some of that Chicago deep dish pizza with his family on their family vacation right now. So Spectacular Spider Grandpa, we miss you, man. And next week he'll be coming back at us, and he's going to be having his awesome segment that he always does near the end of the show, Shut Your Funko Mouth, where Mike goes over all the cool new Funko news and talks about what's coming out and, if anything interesting in the Funko Pop vinyl figures, what's going on in that world. I want to check the chat one last time. We got CFE Mode Rob. He's up in here doing a really fun time, doing a great job in the chat, just hanging out with everybody. Comic Noob's still in there, keeping them alive in the chat. Who Dat has a question. Let's see what that question is. How much do you think Doctor Strange is going to make on its first weekend? I don't know, like
300 million.
300 million. See, I'm not really good with the numbers or how much people pay for movies, but 300 million. You heard it. You heard it from Jeremy right there. British Geek Guy said there's some new Scooby-Doo pops coming out. British Geek Guy says someone's need to talk about some Funko here. Yeah, we're gonna get our Funko. We're gonna get our main Funko man coming back. Me, you see behind Paul. Paul's got a lot of Funkos. Rob, do you have any Funkos?
I have a couple. Well, I say I have a couple. My wife has a couple. That's the only thing that she really collects, and those are all hanging out upstairs. She only has a couple. She has like a Minion and Incredible Hulk and a couple others. So we've been trying to collect a few for her that she likes, but I myself don't collect any right now. I've been trying to stay away from it because I know I'll spend a lot of money in it if I get into it.
Yeah, they get pretty addicted. I mean, like Paul was saying, what'd you say? You started out with a couple, Paul. Now you got a bunch.
Yeah, I think I had, before I really started hanging around with Mike, I had like 6, and now I've got like 70 or something.
Oh, that's about. Wow. I got about 72. I haven't, and I'm trying to stay away from them. But every now and then, I got to get some. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and get on finished with the show. We're gonna do some final thoughts and shout outs. Hey, Rob, what's your final thoughts of the night? You got any shout outs for us?
And I don't have any super shout outs. I'll always shout out Vince since he's the one who continues to continue to talk to him. He continues to push me to try and continue with my art and continue doing things. I've actually got that Harley. I got another Harley I was going to send them. I still haven't had a chance to send them. It's been pretty bad, but I'm going to send them that. And then I've been working on some other things, just trying to improve myself. So, but that's my only shout out. Final thoughts. I'm just going to keep on trucking, keep on trying to do my art, keep on trying to do better. And, anybody can check me out and see what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm usually pretty open.
Yeah, you can follow him or get on to YouTube, subscribing to him. RC3 Art, awesome guy. And it's been a pleasure to get to meet you and get to talk. I'll get to talk to you some in the future as well. If you can get back on there on every now and then, come back to that Blaster Stash Facebook page, see what everyone's doing. We're usually on there. I usually check it multiple times a day. I know Jeremy's always on there chatting it up, Ancient Jeremy.
Yeah, I finished something up earlier today. I'll post something up on there.
Yeah, let us see some of that cool artwork. How about you, Jeremy? What's your final thoughts and shout-outs?
My final thoughts and shout-outs. First, I want to give a shout-out. I know he just gave him a shout-out, but Vince, Simplified Comic Guy, he's not feeling well. I hope he feels better.
Mm-hmm.
Shout-out to Brandon from Aim High Comics. Him and Richard from White Nova Comics, they got a good appreciation contest going on for Vince. So y'all give them a sub, mentor that. I want to give a shout-out to Chris, Buckshot33. He's become one of my favorite channels I sub to because he's really knowledgeable about comics.
Yes,
and comics that I didn't know nothing about, like key issues and stuff. And I'd watch his channel and he'd talk about a key issue and I go look it up in case I need it or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But my final thoughts, though, I do want to show one book that I hadn't read, so I didn't get to talk about it. But my cover of the week goes to The Flash, #6.
Godspeed.
The first full appearance of Godspeed. That cover's just sick. I think that's great.
Man, it looks good.
But anybody that's not on the Blaster Stash at Facebook page, you really should go in there and give that a like. It's an awesome community. I know that's where I spend most of my time on Facebook in that group.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about all I got to say. I want to say I should have a video coming out as soon as I kick this code and get over and can film it. I had a company send me out some products of a mount for comic books, of graded comic books, and I'm going to be doing a review on those. So subscribe if you want to see that. And that's about it. That's all I got.
That's damn good. And always, Jeremy, it's great to see you on here, man. Doing some good filling in for the sick folks and everything like that. Always a pleasure to see.
Yeah, man. I'm always down to be on.
Yeah, man. Damn cool. How about you, Paul? Any final thoughts or shout-outs?
Oh, usually I try to focus on some people with under 100 subs for my shout-outs, but I've been on call this week for work, so I haven't been kept. I'm way behind on watching my videos. But I do want to throw a shout-out to everybody on the Facebook page and everybody who watches our shows. I mean, you're the reason we do this, and love the interaction with people in the chat, and sub to each other, and let's grow this community.
Hell yeah. Amen to that. That's what I'm all about, too. I got some shout-outs as well. Again, Vince, we hope you get to feeling better tonight. Vince, one of the forefathers of the Blaster Stash It page, along with Dave, Huey's Comics. Big shout-out to Dave. We miss you so much. We're going to get your ass back on here next week, or I'm going to come down to damn Oregon and find you. I want Huey. I want me some Huey back. And then, of course, Mike, man. Mike's coming back with his Funko. And Mike has already got Funkos. He's already bought a shit ton of them. And he's been putting them on the Facebook page, so he'll probably be showing those off when he gets back. So it's going to be great to have him back. Of course, man, the guy I love talking Golden Age comics with Paul, Midwest Comic Man. Paul's doing his GoFundMe to get his pressing, his press, and some of his things that he's going to be doing to get his pressing and cleaning services going. So definitely, we'll get the link. I'll put the link below for that here after the show. Go do his GoFundMe page, and then we'll have our very own guy that does pressing and cleaning on the Blaster Stash It Facebook page, so that's going to be damn awesome. Got another shout-out. Vince wanted me to make sure I got this shout-out right. This is for Lil King K's, bro. 0 Hour Comics. And it's Lil King K's, bro. 0 Hour Comics. So Lil King K and 0 Hour Comics. I didn't see y'all in the chat tonight, so you better get on here next week, or I ain't going to give you no more shout-outs. Oh, man. But anyways, like I said, join the Facebook page. Another shout-out I want to give is to, HIGGLP, Larry Higgins, NBK Drifter, the father of Niobe, the man with 1,000 nicknames, Larry Higgins, man. Go check out Larry Higgins' old LP. It is comic Niobe that he's got on Kickstarter. Go check that out. Big shout out to LP. I always call him LP. And his Kickstart will end less than 2 days, but he's already passed the goal. So if you're interested in independent comic Niobe. Get on that bandwagon and get that swimsuit issue. He's got the 2016 swimsuit issue coming up. And that's about it, guys, I think. I want to thank everyone, Paul, Rob, Jeremy. Thank y'all coming on. Blaster Stash It. Paul, one of the forefathers of the Blaster Stash It. Him, Huey, Vince, Mike, Kirby, and Gary Comic Nude. The original six right there, the Sinister Six. But it's the Great Legend. And for Blast It or Stash It, saying peace out. God bless.
God bless.